today might be your last chance to pick up Tesla shares at a relatively reasonable price. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be causing a lot of friction in that comment section below. The only stock I own that does not pay a dividend, but is totally worth the exception. And I'm going to break all of the most recent news down around Tesla in this video on why I think people are really underlooking the reality of this company and why I think you should own it in your portfolio, at least for the short term. And when I say short term, I mean 3 to 5 years, because as a long-term investor, I'm usually thinking like 10 to 20 years out. But this is just a company that I couldn't let pass by me. I had to buy a lot of it. Well, I mean, a lot in retrospect to my other portfolio holdings, but about $5,000 worth makes up about 4.5–5% of my overall portfolio. And I will probably be adding a little more. So let's head over to the computer. I gotta take all of this into a big breakdown, a big breath in for you guys, because this is gonna be such a fascinating video. And let's just jump right into this. Welcome back, passive income investors. Like it is always darkest before the dawn, ladies and gentlemen. I think this might be our last real good opportunity to pick up some Tesla shares relatively cheap. So as many of you know, I already went ahead into my RRSP account. I loaded the boat. I bought about $5,000 worth of that Tesla stock, and I wouldn't mind owning a little bit more in some of my other portfolios. And in this video, I'm just going to break down everything on why I'm so bloody bullish on Tesla as of late. But we'll start with some of the more recent news and some of the cool things going on in the Tesla realm, starting with the final understanding that we're going to be getting this four-wheeler, this electric four-wheeler to complement the Cybertruck, ladies and gentlemen. Elon tweeted that yes, sometime around the release of the Cybertruck, we're going to be able to get our hands on this electric four-wheeler as well, and perhaps even a dirt bike. Now, there's so much negativity still around this company and this stock, so we're going to listen to probably one of the biggest bull cases ever on Tesla that comes from Catherine Wood. She's one of these people that think Tesla stock could soar to $4,000 a share. And then after this, I want to break down for you why that I can't get over this company, guys. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So let's just take a listen.
We believe that the EV sales in 2024 will be 37 million units. So that's more than a third of total auto sales. And so if Tesla maintains its market share, I'd have to do the arithmetic. But I think the more relevant the statistic is percent of EVs, since that's where the market's going. Right?
But what I'm trying to understand is, therefore, when this is all said and done, to the degree that you have to believe under your scenario, and I think largely everybody's scenario, that one day the entire automobile industry will be 100% an EV market. I'm trying to think through, what does that mean Tesla captures?
Yeah, we believe it could capture, we're evolving to the point of view that it could sustain this 17% market share. Yeah.
What do you think when you hear people, like, your bear case is that the stock more than doubles from here?
And our bull case...
But what do you think when you hear people who say, my bear case, there was the guy last week who was talking about it, my bear case is the stock goes to $10?
Well, I think they're ignoring a lot of realities. We've talked about the battery as a moat, artificial intelligence chip as a moat, their miles collected, real-world miles, which is what's going to feed the AI engine. They've got 14 billion miles. Google has 10 million miles. And still, Tesla is the only auto manufacturer that can do over-the-air software updates to change performance.
Very quickly, what automobile manufacturer in the world has the largest market share right now?
Well, I think you've got Toyota and Volkswagen.
And what numbers would you put them at right now?
They have
total market share.
Roughly, if I'm not mistaken, 10 million units each.
Okay. So what percentage of that would...
So autos are about between 85 and 90 million in terms of unit sales per year.
Okay. And then my last question, and their market caps?
Their market, to me, that's not relevant, because Tesla is not an auto company, and it does not face the hurdles that they do in terms of trying to move to electric and move to autonomous. It's going to be pretty.
So I think she touches base on some of the most awesome realities that currently face the auto industry, guys. Now, Elon Musk is claiming that by 2020, and this is probably some of the most exciting news because no other automaker out there, including Uber or Lyft that are also, and Google, competing for self-driving cars, have actually released a date when they might actually see full self-driving, whereas Elon Musk has gloated that by 2020, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be getting self-driving and autonomous vehicles. Mind you, that all comes down to regulatory issues. They think that it'll be full self-driving capable, not that regulation will allow it, but it'll be neat to see if that comes into fruition. But putting everything on the side note, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I am personally unbelievably bullish on this company, and you should be as well, is no competitor that currently exists, including GM, Honda, all of them, it doesn't matter, have been able to even sustain any kind of reality growth or sales. NIO was the big competition that went public, and they have done horrendously in the short term, down 77%, and nobody even talks about NIO anymore. It's like it's an under the radar company that just went poof. Porsche came out flying out of the tables, guys, going on about how great their electric Porsche vehicle was until we saw the performance and realized it's not as fast, can't go as far, and costs an extra $20,000 more. So Porsche has kind of been flying under the radar. You don't hear anybody talking about Porsche's electric vehicle anymore. Heck, even Honda had a big release, guys. Honda had this nice little cute car that they were going to try and release that, you know, couldn't go very far, very fast, but it was cheap and it was starting, and that's not even talked about anymore. But either way, all of these car companies are saying that automakers by 2025 are going to be producing about 90% either hybrid or fully electric vehicles, yet none of them have a full stated plan or cars you can buy. I mean, scroll around on Porsche. The weirdest thing about these car companies, guys, is the fact that they release these vehicles to the public saying, look, this is what we're doing. It's going to be amazing, but you can't pre-order it. You can't pre-order this thing anywhere, but why would you launch something and not allow pre-orders? It's like Tesla didn't even do any advertising, and on the pre-launch of their Cybertruck, I mean, they did millions in sales. Well, millions in pre-orders, and then on top of that, billions if the pre-orders actually follow through by 2022. Like, it's absolutely staggering how they went about doing this, yet every other automaker isn't doing that. They release these kind of like, you know, they release these kind of test promo vehicles, but they don't actually allow anybody to pre-purchase or buy them, prove any real demand or anything, and then they kind of just blow away in the wind and everyone forgets about them. Most fascinating that they kind of fail at that way of marketing, and then on top of that, guys, take a look at what we have for a lineup. So by 2023, we should have full production vehicles of Model S, Model 3, Model X, Model Y, Cybertruck, Roadster, and then on top of that, let's not even talk about energy right now, guys. All of these other automakers are just going to be rolling vehicles off the lot by 2023, 2024, and they won't even be till full production for another few years after that, whereas Tesla's already crushing it, owning 17% of the auto market right now as it is on sales, and I think it's only going to grow from there, guys, just because they're so far ahead in every possible case imaginable. And then on top of that, just to put a cherry on top of that cake, guys, we have this German gentleman here that recently just crossed pretty much 1 million kilometers on his car. Put that in perspective. I've never owned a car long enough to hit even 400,000 kilometers. Every car I've ever owned has pretty much been toasted, or I've had to get rid of around 300,000, 350,000 kilometers. And this German gentleman, let's just take a quick peek. He just crossed Let me turn that down. He just crossed literally 1,000,000 miles this year on the, or 1,000,000 kilometers. Let's not get that confused. 1,000,000 kilometers on his electric car, guys. Absolutely staggering stuff that these batteries and these cars are capable of achieving that. No oil changes, no gas stations, ladies and gentlemen. Do you own the stock? Are you interested in buying it, ladies and gentlemen? I'd love to know anything you think in the comment section below. I remember a lot of people gave me flack for this company. I was down a lot on this stock because I was buying it back here. But recently, I decided to load the boat up here. My average buy price, obviously, I only own shares of Tesla in my RRSP account. So, I mean, I'm saving huge tax dollars by putting this $5,000 into Tesla in here. And on top of that, guys, I think this might be one of the best stocks I purchase over the next 5 years. And it's going to be fun to see how this works out. So I'm going to try and maybe purchase just a few more. I wouldn't mind trying to get about 20 shares in my other accounts. So I might purchase another 5 shares. And maybe just my regular investment accounts as well, just to hold on to. But I love y'all very much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay cool. Stay awesome, guys. I look forward to chatting to you real soon.